I started this dropshipping store a bit over a week ago with $100 and then turned that into well over $2,000, making over $1.4 thousand yesterday alone. This is a step-by-step plan to show you how to do the exact same thing. Subscribe to the channel, let's get into this video. So, how did I do it? 2 words, TikTok organic. The way that I was able to really blow up this store was finding a great product, but on top of finding a good and competitive product, I built a decent website around it, and most importantly then, decided to market the product. The better you are at marketing the product, the more views you get, and the more sales you have. Which is why I want to be spending the majority of this video literally talking about the marketing section of this entire process. By marketing, I'm literally talking about TikTok organic, where I show you step by step how you're going to be able to gain hundreds of thousands of views literally using TikTok organic, and all of the strategies I talk about and I implement to be able to make my videos go as viral as humanly possible. And then from there, you'll easily be able to see what types of videos go viral, and it'll be easier for you to pick a great product for the product selection phase of this entire video. But not only finding a great product, but also knowing where to source the product. And source it at a competitive price, a price that was so good that every customer had to buy for me. I mean, that price was literally rivaling Amazon and AliExpress. This entire video. So if you guys want to see how you can almost beat these companies, then check this video out. So before everything else, I needed to find a great product. So I searched and eventually I found it. And how? Simple. I used the normal YouTube strategy. I went onto TikTok searching for good products to sell. I went on all the hashtags you can imagine. Hashtag TikTok made me buy, hashtag Amazon find, hashtag Walmart find, and I eventually found this one product. But when I went to look on AliExpress, I saw that the product was selling for $30 without shipping. And on Amazon, it was selling for already $45 flat. So I decided to move on and list the product competitively to fight against sites like Amazon and AliExpress, because I didn't want to be priced out. I mean, no one would buy from my dropshipping store if they could just get the exact same product from Amazon for cheaper. So I had to at least price the product at a competitive price with Amazon so to make sure that my customers don't just disappear. Now obviously this meant that I didn't have much of a profit margin to begin with, but I carried on because I knew the product was a winner and it would sell. And I knew that eventually, if I got enough sales, there was a method that I could use to make sure that that product had more of a profit margin. And we'll get more into that later into the video. But anyway, after finding my product and where to source it, it was now time to build the website. And when it comes time to build a website, or at least a decent one, I realized that most people don't even go to the homepage and actually go straight to the product page, or at least that's where you should be leading them to sell them on your products. And so when it comes to building a good website, I suggest 2 things. First, you must learn what the hell copywriting is. Learn how to sell products using your words. Learn how to create envy into your product to make people want to buy straight off from just reading your sentences. And secondly, just follow these 2 videos right here that detail everything else on Shopify website, how to set them up, and everything with that. I mean, I could make my own video that would literally show you guys how to do the exact same thing, but honestly, if I did, I would straight up be regurgitating what these 2 videos are saying. So maybe not waste your time and lead you guys to the right direction. But before you get into the marketing section, which is where you get the most views, I want to talk about something more important than views: money. Because as much as I was getting a ton of views and getting a decent amount of sales, I wasn't actually keeping a lot of the profit because my margins were too low. And this is something not a lot of dropshippers talk about. The fact that they can have massive screenshots with 100,000 sales, but actually be taking home about a couple $1,000s in actual profits. So what did I do about this to increase my profit margin so that I wasn't just running a terrible dropshipping store? Simple. After I was getting a consistent amount of sales, well, that's where I decided to go and try to get lower prices. And after contacting my supplier, he basically rejected me because he still thought that my units were not enough to actually justify dropping the price. So I kind of almost gave up on the product. But then I found this website called Dropshipageent after watching someone's YouTube video where they were talking about. The problem was simple. The product was $30 on AliExpress without shipping, and it took 30 days to get to my customers. And my competitors were able to get the same product and sell it for $40 to $45 and have 2-week shipping. Not to mention that Amazon was selling the exact same product for $45 flat with 1-day shipping. And with my competitive pricing strategy, it meant I was selling the product for around $39 to be competitive with Amazon, leaving me with basically no profit margins. And so what did I do about this? Now, I thought about giving up and moving on to a more profitable product because I mean, I didn't have time, but I didn't have to because Dropshipageent was able to source a product for much cheaper, allowing me to sell the exact same product cheaper, and for cheaper than Amazon and AliExpress. You heard that right. I was beating Amazon and AliExpress on the prices because of Dropshipageent. And on top of that, they had like 6 to 12 day shipping. But the thing that I liked the most about them is that everything was 100% automated. Basically meaning if you're getting more than 10 orders a day, all you have to do is go out and fill out a free quote request on their website for the product you're selling, and their team will literally do the rest. They can also create custom packaging and branding for your store, but I didn't want to do that yet. But I was ready to start branding my store once I started doing paid ads to increase my conversions. And I knew all of these things would lead to my store feeling more like a brand rather than a random dropshipping store. I'll add the link in the description description, but don't worry, it's not an affiliate link. But yeah, that is how I solved the problem of profits. Because of my competitive pricing strategy, I needed a way to source a product for cheaper. Now that you know how to find the good product, how to build a good website around the product, and how to source the product on that website to be cheaper than a lot of your competitors, it's now time to move on into the most important section of TikTok organic dropshipping, which is marketing the product. Because if you can do this, you'll easily make serious cash dropshipping. So how do you market products to get a ton of views? And what was the strategy that I was using to do the exact same thing and turn $100 into around $2,000? Simple. It's something that I've never heard anyone talk about: layering your TikToks. I've never heard it been talked about on YouTube before, but layering your TikToks is the single way that all of the best TikToks get the most views. Layering is where you have multiple parts of a TikTok that will make people want to comment, like, and share that TikTok, and that will lead to that TikTok having some mad views. Now, I can sit here and literally keep telling you about what this looks like, or I can just show you a couple of TikToks that did this perfectly and how you can do the exact same. So this is the first TikTok. See for yourself if you can spot where the layering was in this video.
Day 1 event N and trying not to moan. Yo, I tried.
So as you can see in this video, there are a couple of layers, and the best way to find the layers are in the comment section. The first layer is the product itself. There are a ton of people commenting about the product itself. The second layer is the No Nut November layer, where people are talking about No Nut November and basically losing the challenge, not being able to make it. And the third layer is the moan at the end, and this is probably one of the better layers, but this is where a ton of people are engaging with the TikTok, leading to it having more viral potential and a lot of views because of the comedic release. But now let's look at another account so I can drive this point home, which this video got 3.5 million views, and look at the video and see if you can spot the different layers that led to it getting that many views. So as you can see, the first layer is the people are commenting about the product and how they want to buy it. The second layer obviously is how easy the password is. I mean, the password is literally 1, 2, 3, 4, and people are commenting about how easy that password is and how they can easily just hack into that system. The third layer is also the moan at the end, or the moan of the dad. This was a funny layer and made people just comment about it, leading to more views about it, leading to more people buying because you were showing your product to more and more people. You see, the more you layer your TikToks, the more comedic release that you actually have, or controversy, or shock value, whatever the metric you're trying to chase. The more layers you have, the more of those things that you can actually put into your video. And the more of these you put into your video, the more organic views you actually get on your TikToks. And yes, you might get a ton of views that are not going to lead to conversions, but the more views you have, the more people can actually afford to buy and actually want to buy a product, will buy a product. You see, if let's say, for example, 1% of people are actually always going to buy a product. If you have 100,000 views, that's 1,000 people. But the moment you have 1 million, 10 million people, that's 10,000 people. And that's going to lead to actual results and actual sales. So the more organic views, the more views that actually matter, buy your products. So yeah, with my own TikTok, I went ahead and implemented all of these strategies, and that's basically how I got to where I was. I got to $1,000 in a single day. Hopefully this was a good enough step-by-step tutorial to show you guys how I did it. With all that said, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Check out this video right here, and peace.